Hello guys, this is Christian JJ again here with another tutorial for the Questionnaire Corporation. And in this series, we are going to be looking at the whole of Javafx. Okay, so this is the I think the third part of this tutorial, and just like we said in the outline, now we are in the introduction of the basic Javafx program, and we are going to understand the basic structure of a Javafx program in this tutorial. And before we move on, yeah, so I'm also going to look at creating a simple JavaFX program in intelliJ. Under this, we are going to look at the source files and folders and the XML design markup file. Okay, and these two files, or these files and folders, shall be created by intelliJ itself. So I'm going to pause this video for a bit, and I shall open intelliJ and explain everything from there, so that when we first of all create a simple program and see some of these files. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it. And so welcome back. I have opened my intelliJ, and as you can see, this is my intelliJ here, right? As you can see, this is how you create a new project. You can create it from here. You can maybe import a project, but purposely for this tutorial, we are going to see how to create a new project. Okay, these are some of the projects that I've been doing, and probably if you are new to this, you shall not have anything here, and this shall be at the center. Yes, so I'm going to create a new project here. Just click on create new project. Okay, so you can see, all right, so here you have some of the different projects that you can create using different programming languages and frameworks. You can create for Java Spring, you can create for you can use Android if you install the Android SDK to work with this intelliJ, and you can use Gradle, you can use Griffon, all that. Okay, purposely for us, we are going to click on Javafx. Okay, and then you can see it has specified the JDK location and the JDK that we are using. All right, the version that we are using. For that, I'm going to click next. Okay, and then I'm going to call up our project, and I'm going to call it tutorial 2. Okay, tutorial 2. The moment you create tutorial 2, you can see in your workspace, because this is your workspace here. In your workspace, it's going to create a new folder with the name of your project. Okay, sorry guys, this should be tutorial 2, and just click finish. Then it's going to create your application, and after this, now we have the basic Javafx application. All right, I'm going to run this before I proceed on explaining what is happening where. So in the far right corner, you can see we have this button here, the play button. It means this is the learn button. Okay, you can also run it using this menu here. You can click on run, and I'm going to click from here. So the program is making the files and compiling, and you can see the program has ran. Now this is our program. Okay, since it's a simple program, we have nothing. Okay, and the stage title is hello world. This hello world is this one you can see here in the program. Okay, and I'm going to explain all about the window in the next part. All right guys, so this is how we create a simple JavaFX program in intelliJ. Okay, so it has nothing because there's nothing that we've specified, or there's nothing that we've added in the fxml files, but most importantly, we wanted to explore at the different directory structures and the files. So in my left corner, okay, I can click on project. You see it was crossed. You can collapse it like this. You can expand it or collapse this. So I've collapsed it, expanded it, sorry, and we have this directory folders here. So I want first of all to emphasize on this: do not touch some of these files, especially the .ide, also .out, okay, until you fully understood this. It's not appropriate to touch these files because you might run in out of errors. But the one that we are going to be looking at is the source folder, right? The source folder. This is what we are going to be working on. And under the source folder, this is where you can put all the images that you want to add in your project. This is where you can edit all the files. You can even add this in some subdirectories, so that you have one directory for the FXML designs, that is a GUI interface, and you have another directory maybe for the Java files, and you have another directory for CSS files, another directory for the image files to be used in the program. So this is where you can do it. You just create a new directory here by right clicking and saying new, then package. Package is a directory. Maybe you can say call it images, right? Just like that. So you can see we have added a new directory here. Okay, under this sample directory we have 3 files, all right, and the first file is a controller, then we have main, then we have sample. Okay, so these files, okay, they have been sorted maybe in an alphabetical order. That is why the controller first for C, M, then S. So if you look at the main, let's start from the main. Okay, the program starts from the main, okay, from the main file. Okay, this is main class.java, right? And you can see the main class.java, it has a stage. This is why we are setting the stage title, this is why we are setting the scene and all that. Okay, I'm going to look at another I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to look at some of the slides, and so we will be able to explain this, what is happening here, before we explain here. Then we can explain the controller. But basically the controller, guys, it is supposed to control these. It is controlling this fxml file. Now remember, in all the JavaFX programs, there is an fxml file, and that fxml file has a controller, the controlling class.java. The controlling class, it takes all the components that are in the GUI and initializes them here, and then it gives actions to those components. Maybe buttons, it may be give an on click on a button, or maybe it's an image, maybe it's a hover effect, or that. So guys, I want to explain a bit about this, and I'm going to pause a bit. Just going to pause a bit. So guys, you can see that here I have explained that all JavaFX programs start from the main method, right guys? It starts from the main method, the method that I have explained there. Okay, and this method is called on the onset of the application. That is when you click on the run button, right? Okay, and what is this main method? Okay, before I come to this the basic window structure, let me explain the main method once more. Let me just explain. So this is the main method. We have the main method here. This is where the program starts, and we have, if we have any error here, then that program cannot run. Okay guys, this program cannot run, and it's going to, it's just going to crash, right? And you can see this is how you are setting the main primary stage. Okay, and this brings us to the structure of the JavaFX program components. And what are the JavaFX program components? What is the structure of the basic window? Let us look at the structure of the basic. In this slide, you can see that I have an image here, and this image, it is focusing on the structure of a Javafx program when it is run. So this is the main stage. Okay, now pay close attention to this. This is the main stage, and the stage takes a scene. Okay, then that scene, it takes a node component. Now the node component is the root element. Okay, maybe it's a container, and it's actually a container. You can have a container, you can have a list view, you can have a border pane, you can have an anchor pane, a pane, all that. Then now under that anchor pane, or whatever you choose, or the stack pane, whichever you choose, now you have the components. These are the buttons, the images, all those, and I'm going to explain those. I'm also going to explain all about those, but it is very, very important that we understand the structure of this window. It is very important that we start with the Javafx primary stage, which is the window, and then we have the scene, and then that scene, it takes a root component, which is a container for other GUI components. Okay, I hope I'm clear on that. And I should show you two things here, two very different programs. Like I said, so I have two program windows here, both of which have been created by using Javafx, and I was explaining the importance of understanding the window structure. Guys, if you're going to move from this, you can see my right hand side, it has nothing. It has a basic window, the basic window structure of a window, all that. If you're going to move from this to this, whereby you customize everything, you see, you can customize everything. See this? It's beautiful UI. Okay, if you're going to move from this to this, it is very important to have understood what I said about that. The understanding the basic window of a Javafx program. Okay, and I think this was the most important thing that I wanted to explain in this tutorial. I hope to see you in the next tutorial, whereby we are going to start adding components to this. Okay, guys, at the end of this series, we shall create this beautiful GUI here. Okay, and we're also going to give it functionalities. You're going to give it functionality so that when you click here, you can see something, but you can see it's an advanced GUI. Okay, it's advanced GUI components. You can see how we are scaling those edges so nicely. When you hover over there, you can change the color of those buttons when you hover, and all this styling is done using CSS. I'm also going to explain about the styling in Javafx, both using using code in Java and using CSS. For now, guys, I feel that I've explained enough for this tutorial. Let me check whether I addressed everything. And so, guys, this was the last slide in this tutorial, and let me show you the last slide. Okay, this was the last slide, guys, and it was just explaining how to create a stage and how to set a scene in that stage and all that. Okay, and this is how we will be creating some of the new windows that we want. Maybe a big alert window in Javafx program, we just create it as a stage, we set in its styles and all that. And I'm going to make one more tutorial that is really going to explain everything about the stage, because the stage has a lot of components that needs to be understood clearly if you are going to be able to create very good applications that are very well customized in Javafx. Otherwise, guys, thank you for watching this tutorial. Please remember to subscribe and support us. And yes, I'll see you in the next tutorial, whereby we start adding some GUI components on the program that we have already started creating. And guys, I should mention, even though there are two ways of adding GUI components, you know, in Javafx, there is we can use the scene builder, and I'm going to explain about the scene builder maybe in the next tutorial, or you can use code. In as much as we have the option of using code, we are going to be rarely using code when we are creating GUI. The sweetness of Javafx is drag and drop. You know, very powerful UIs and the ability to drag and drop them. So I'm not going to dwell so much on creating those GUI components using the code part of it. Rather, I'm going to concentrate on showing you how to create them using the scene builder and arranging them up accordingly in code, and how we can customize them, because there's no need of really concentrating on something that we rarely use, because you rarely create a new button in using JavaFX using the code form of it. Okay, rather you would want to create a button, drag it and drop to the position where you want it to be, and after that call it in the Java code and give it some functionalities. So guys, thank you for watching this tutorial. I'll see you in the next tutorial.